Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Basel. I am getting ready to go over your topic 12 test on converting measurement. We're looking at customary and metric measurement as well as converting units of time. So let's pull out your math work journal and let's look at those 15 problems that you completed yesterday and try to figure out what we're doing right and what we might need some more help with. So our first question is that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. So how many feet are in 10 yards? So this is just a simple conversion. I hope you just set it up as 10 yards equals blank feet. Whoops, didn't mean to freeze that. Once you have it set up, you need to identify we're moving from a larger to a smaller unit. So we know that means that we're going to be multiplying 10 by the unit rate. And right here's the unit rate. There are 3 feet in 1 yard. So we're going to multiply by 3. 10 times 3 is 30. So we get 30 feet is equivalent to 10 yards. So our answer choice should be C. All right. Number 2, how many inches of ribbon does Mary have if she has 6 yards of ribbon? So we need to convert the 6 yards to inches. So we just set it up like we learned in class. 6 yards equals how many inches? All right. A yard is a lot longer than an inch, so we're going from larger to smaller unit. So we're going to multiply 6 times the unit rate. Now, you had the unit rate on your program, in your journal, and there are 36 inches in 1 yard. So we're going to multiply 6 times 36. You were allowed to use a calculator to make that quick. So I'm just going to take 6 times 36. I get 216 inches. That is also answer choice C. All right, number 3. A 5-gallon bucket holds how many pints of water? So we're going to have to convert 5 gallons to pints. So again, we set it up. 5 gallons equals how many pints? We're going from a larger unit with capacity. Gallons are largest unit that we use in the customary system. So we're going to be multiplying 5 times the unit rate. So we need to know how many pints are in a gallon. All right. So there are 8 pints in a gallon. You looked at your conversion chart that I let you use. Probably a lot of you looked at your little story that we did with the gallon land. Remember that one? And you saw your 8 pints in a quart, in a gallon. All right, so we get 40. Our answer is also C. All right. Number 4, Alberto poured 8 pints of water into glasses. How many quarts of water did he, or does this equal? So we're going to be changing 8 pints to quarts. So again, that gallon land story and little graphic organizer can help us. A pint is smaller than a quart. So we're going smaller to larger. So this time we're going to be dividing 8 by the unit rate. So how many pints are in a quart? That would be 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we get another answer of C. I promise they're not all C. This is just coincidental. All right. Number 5, a truck weighs 2 5/10 tons. There are 2,000 pounds in a ton. How many pounds does the truck weigh? So we need to convert 2 5/10 tons to pounds. All right, a ton is the largest unit of weight in the customary system, so we're going larger to smaller. So we're taking our 2 5/10 tons and we're going to multiply it times the unit rate. There are 2,000 pounds in a ton. We see that above. So you were allowed to use your calculator, so you probably used it on this one. 2.5 times 2,000 is what I put in to get 5,000. All right, so again, that's answer C. All right. Paul and Tim are both entering a steer in the livestock show. Tim's steer weighs 96 ounces more than Paul's. What is the difference between the weight of Tim's steer and the weight of Paul's steer in pounds? All right, I noticed they gave me the difference in ounces. So basically, I'm going to have to convert these 96 ounces to pounds. All right, an ounce is the smallest unit of our weight in the customary system. So we're going to go smaller to larger. So we're going to be dividing 96 by the unit rate. And you were using your chart to convert. There's 16 ounces in a pound. I let you use a calculator. So hopefully you just put in 96 divided by 16 and you get, that is equivalent to 6 pounds. So that is answer choice B. All right, number 7, a customer buys 40 meters of cable. How many centimeters of cable did the customer buy? So we're converting 40 meters to centimeters. I hope you just used your little King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, your little mock place value chart here. We're going from meters. That base unit is larger than the centimeter. So we're going to be multiplying 40 by the unit rate. So here's where we're going to get the unit rate. Meters is the base unit. Centimeters is right here. So when I move, I'm moving 10 to the second power across this mock place value chart. So I'm going to be multiplying 40 times 100. 100 is 10 to the second power. So I get 4,000 centimeters. And so that would be answer choice A. All right, number 8. How many meters are equivalent to 832 millimeters? That means we're going to be converting these 832 itty bitty teeny tiny millimeters into meters. Again, we're using our our metric system. We're going from this small unit to a larger. So we're going to be taking 832 and dividing it by the unit rate. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk sets me up a mock place value chart. Millimeters are these itty bitty units, and we're going to the base unit. So we're going 3 movements to the left. So we're going to be dividing by 10 to the third power. 10 to the third power is 1,000. So let's take it. And you were allowed to use a calculator. 832 divided by 1,000. We get 832 thousandths. Another thing you could have done is annexed a decimal point behind the whole number, moved it 3 places to the left, and that also gives you 832 thousandths. Okay, that is answer C. All right, let's go to number 9. We're moving right along. Sharika has 8 liters of soda in her shopping cart. Derek has 6 liters of soda in his shopping cart. How many milliliters of soda do Derek and Sharika have in both carts? All right, so I see that one has 8 liters. The other has 6 liters. So my first step is to see how many total liters they have. So 8 plus 6 is 14. So they have 14 liters together. But I'm asked how many milliliters this is. So my step 2 is a conversion. So I'm going to take 14 liters and I want to know how many milliliters this is. So again, I'm in the metric system. A liter is that base unit. It is larger than a milliliter. So I'm going to be taking 14 and multiplying it by the unit rate. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk sets up that mock place value chart. My base unit, my liters are right here. My milliliters are here. I'm going over 10 to the third power. So that means I am going to be multiplying by 10 to the third power, or 1,000. So I could just take my number with the decimal point and move it 3 places to the right to show that I am multiplying and getting a larger product, I would get 14,000 milliliters. Some of you might just take your calculator and do 14 times 1,000. Either way, we get 14,000. The answer is again C. All right, I know I'm moving fast, but you can always pause my video if you need to look at a problem again. All right, Sam knows there are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter of water. He fills a tub with 150 liters. How many milliliters of water are in the tub? All right, so my conversion rate they're giving me, that's just what this information is. It's that there are 1,000 milliliters in a liter. And I know that. If I go from my base unit to over here, we just looked at that. There's a 10 to the third power difference. So that means a liter is 1,000 times greater than the value of a milliliter. So we already knew that. He fills the tub with 150 liters of water. How many milliliters are in the tub? So basically, I am just converting 150 liters to milliliters. All right, so I'm going from that larger to smaller unit. So I am going to be multiplying 150 times 1,000. All right, that unit rate. So 150 times 1,000, I'm just tapping away on my calculator. Make sure I have the right number of zeros. I get 150,000 milliliters. So that is answer B. Number 11, a bear weighs 6,435 grams. How much does the bear weigh in kilograms? And there's a note here that 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. So that's my unit rate. I could use my mock place value chart. And if I went from the base unit of grams to kilograms, I see that I'm going 3 place values to the left. So that means 10 to the third power, which is 1,000 times greater. All right, but anyways, back to the problem. So we need to convert 6,435 grams to kilograms. All right, so we're going from that smaller unit to the larger. And if we take 6,435, we're going to be dividing it by 1,000. All right, if we divide it by 1,000, we could just put a decimal behind it. And when we divide, we move 3 places to the right, and that would give us 6 and 435 thousandths. Some of you may be more inclined to take the calculator, put in 6,435, divide it by 1,000. You're going to get the same answer, 6 and 435 thousandths, which is answer D. Number 12, how many milligrams are equal to 70 kilograms? All right, so we are converting 70 kilograms into milligrams. We're going from the larger to the smaller unit. All right, they didn't give us the conversion rate, so we can do King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk real quick. Here's our kilogram. Our milligram is way over here. We are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places to the right in our mock place value chart. So we're moving 10 to the 6th power. Larger unit to a smaller unit means we're multiplying times 10 to the 6th power, which is a million. All right, so we can do a couple things. We can either put in our calculator 70 times 1 million. Oh, I think I put too many zeros in. Nope, I didn't. So I get what? I get 70 million for this one. All right. Or I could do this. I could write the 70, put a decimal behind it, and annex. So, or when I move it to the right, I would be annexing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Come over, put in those commas, and that gives me 70 million, which is D. Yeah, that one gets a little tricky with all those zeros, so hope you were very careful with that one. All right, number 13, how many months are equivalent to 4 years? So there are 12 months in a year. That's my unit rate. You look that up. So we want to write 4 years equals blank months. All right. So we're going from a larger to a smaller unit. So we're going to be multiplying 4 times 12. There's 12 months in a year. All right. 4 times 12 is 48. So your answer for number 13 is C. All right. Moving right along, number 14. How many days are equivalent to 96 hours? So let's set up our conversion. 96 hours equals blank days. All right. So an hour is a smaller unit of time than a day, right? Hours are smaller, so we're going to be dividing. So 96 is going to be divided by the unit rate. So how many hours are in a day? Using our conversion chart, we know that it's 24. So I'll let you use your calculators. 96 divided by 24 is 4 days. 4 days are the same as 96 hours, A. And number 15. How many hours are equivalent to 6 days? So this time we're doing 6 days and we're converting it over to hours. All right, a day is a greater amount of time than an hour, so larger to smaller unit. We're going to be multiplying 6 times the unit rate, and we just got the unit rate. There are 24 hours in a day. So real quick, 6 times 24 gives me 144 hours, equivalent to 6 days. Our answer is D. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that helps you look at what you were doing right and what you might be doing not correctly on your test, and answer any questions that you had about your work. All right, have a great day.